I'm not scared. I like it.
Oh, look at that. The police will probably choose this very moment to raid the place.
I should be filled to the marrow. Hey, on a des Américains ici.
C'est les temps noirs. Toutes les Américaines sont brusquées comme ça.
Any champagne in Paris is all right, isn't it?
Well, I don't...
Well, well, look who's here. Sophie. Who should think it was? Sit down, all of you.
Is that a friend of yours, Sophie?
Yes, that's a friend of mine, Isabel. You living in Paris now, Larry?
Yes, I am, Sophie.
You remember the summer before the war?
Sure.
We saw a lot of each other then.
When?
You and your mother being social. We used to read poetry together. Remember, Larry?
You used to write some poetry yourself in those days.
Pretty good, too, wasn't it?
Not bad. For a kid.
It was good.
She was only a kid. Just a skinny little girl with a bow in her hair. I remember her crying once when I was reading an ode of Keats. Because it was so beautiful.
Girls of that age are very emotional.
Oh, there was a lot to her in those days. She had what Keats probably would have called a sort of lovely purity. Chauffeur, would you stop? This is the ode of Keats that I read to her when she was a very little girl.
I remember you mentioned it that night in the car on the way from the Rue de Lep.
It's something I've always remembered her by. The day is gone and all its sweets are gone. Sweet voice, sweet lips, soft hand and softer breast. Warm breath, light whisper, tender semitone. Bright eyes, accomplished shape and languorous waist. Faded the flower and all its budded charms. Faded the sight of beauty from my eyes. Faded the shape of beauty from my arms. Faded the voice, warmth, whiteness, paradise. Vanished unseasonably at shut of eve.